Candyland is a horror drama film that was directed by John Swab, and this had its first premiere at a film festival in August of 2022 and a couple others from there, and then had a wider theatrical release in January of 2023. So this is considered mostly a 2023 film, and I discovered it on 22 Shots of Moods, one of their podcasts, Top 10 of 2023. So I'd never heard of this film up until just a few weeks ago. And I just heard the title and kind of like the basic premise. And it's streaming on Tubi now, and that's where I caught it. So I checked it out. It definitely goes in the slasher route. It doesn't feel like a horror, especially as it starts and as it goes through its first act. It certainly is way more drama forward. I'd say for like the first half of the film entirely, and then it slowly starts to creep in the horror and escalate it a little bit more into its second and then third act, where it definitely is pretty much a horror show. Basically, with the premise, you have these, they call them lot lizards, and by the way, as the thumbnail suggests, no, this has nothing to do with Joyride. That was just a joke because of the whole trucker situation and lot lizard situation and prostitute thing going on in the film. But no, this is no correlation, no connection to Joyride. But you have these girls, they work in a truck stop, and they basically fuck dudes that are coming in with, their trucks from out of town, or whoever happens to stop by. And they're kind of like, they bond, they're family kind of thing. And you have this like really hardcore like Christian religious culty group kind of thing come in, and they introduce themselves in a way where they're kind of trying to get the girls to repent kind of thing. And the kind of leader guy shows up more and more throughout the film, here and there, especially as the film starts to go forward. And there's this girl that's with that religious group that for some reason gets left behind. It's not really explained, but she's left behind with these prostitutes essentially, and then they try to make her one of them. And this girl is very mysterious. You don't know like where her mindset is. She definitely seems lost. This film does a very good job of making you feel uncomfortable, at least for me. And a lot goes on and a lot happens, and you're always left questioning with this film, because it's quite grounded in its horror slasher theme when it gets there, but it also plays around with a lot of themes and ideas, and you never really know characters' motivations in this film with anybody. Some more extreme than others, obviously. But this film is one hell of a ride. And like I said, it did make me quite uncomfortable. I basically am like a lapsed Catholic, which means that I am kind of a non-practicing Catholic. I was raised Catholic though, and I have an immense amount of respect for the religion. It's a big part of who I am, and when I see it mixed in horror, it still can give me that uncomfortable vibe, especially in situations like this. But with this film, it's so well done too. Just having the whole like Christian aspect mixed with like the prostitution and these girls, and there's this one scene in particular involving this priest who comes in to be with one of the girls, and then they're in a room, and just the conversation that they're having is just so skin crawling. You're just seeing this priest who's supposed to be holy and of God, and he's talking to this prostitute like and they're having like kind of like religious banter, because he claims that he heard that this girl that he's with was a Christian and whatnot. It's really uncomfortable stuff. But I don't want to get too detailed into it because that'll get into spoiler territory. The film is definitely a good one to go into as blind as possible, because the reveals are cool, and like I said, character development in this film I really, really had a good time with. It's wild. There's a lot of extremities to this one. I wouldn't necessarily consider it an extreme movie. It's no Serbian film. It's no Salo. It's nothing like that hardcore. But you do get full frontal nudity. You do get like legs open pussy kind of thing. There's continuous nudity. Some like, you know, masturbation stuff going on. You see a lot, and it's pretty forward with dialogue. It's like aggressive, like you know, sexually driven dialogue kind of thing, and you definitely get like a really raw look into the life of prostitutes, the life of like truck stops, and how dark and grim they can get. And the lead, the girl, this girl that came from the religious cult, great actress, beautiful actress as well, beautiful girl, and it's just wild in the direction that this girl goes in this film. I'm not going to say too much about it to avoid spoilers, because I don't like spoiling anything. This is a spoiler-free review. Just go on Tubi and watch this film, because it is a wild, wild ride. And it will take you by surprise when it comes to the horror elements, because it really does start off not feeling like a horror movie. But it gets there, and it gets to some cool slasher territories. And I was really hoping, and I was watching this film, and I was saying to myself by the end of it, I could see this like becoming a franchise. For reasons, this wouldn't make much sense to become a franchise, in my opinion. At least a franchise that I would want to see more of. But I was watching it, and I'd be like, man, because like I could see this up to a certain point becoming a franchise, especially with characters in particular in this film, that it would have been such a treat to see had things played out differently. But it satisfied me a lot, and it you know, sometimes films make me uncomfortable to the point where I don't like them, but this one made me uncomfortable, but in a positive way, if that makes any sense. It enhanced the film because of the uneasiness that it gave me, just because of its themes kind of thing. But it was really well done. I really had a good time with this film. Candyland, technically a 2023 film, and go check it out on Tubi. I mean, it's free, so or go find it somewhere else. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you'd like to listen to my voice, or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon, so stay tuned for those. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. Until next review, have a good one. Take care and cheers.